Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I have a pretty exciting video, at least very exciting for me. What I want to do an overview video of a Brickmania kit, Tomcat F-14. This is a pretty cool, awesome kit that I finally got my hands on. As you can see here, it's pretty massive. I mean, it's pretty big. This is over 1,600 pieces. And I am using the wide angle lens on my camera in order to capture the whole aircraft, well, the whole plane, as this is pretty big kit, but it's also at the same time really awesome. So I'm really happy I got to build this. Let me go ahead and give you a little bit of 360. I do have it on the stand. You build it together with the stand. This is part of the kit, and this is what it looks like. Sorry, I don't have a turntable, so I'm using my hand. But this is how we do it. Right, so I got the landing gear down kind of configuration right now. I will be probably showing you in different kind of setups when I'll have it on the table, just with without the stand, and then hopefully I can retract the gear, landing gear, and then show you in that kind of flight mode. All right, so without going in too deep into the functionalities of a kit itself, although it has a lot of things that you can do here, and I do want to show you a little bit later in the video, I do want to start off with the history of the actual Tomcat F-14. This is pre-historical aircraft from the perspective of United States avionics. What it is actually air superiority and long-range defense fighter. It was developed by Grumman Aerospace Corporation. It was originally in service with the United States Navy, and it started its service in 1970s, and it retired in 2006, which making over actually 30 years of overall service. And what you can see here, the version that I have in front of you, is this Felix the Cat, or the Tomcatters, which is the VFA 31, and this was the last mission that the F-14 flew, combat mission. It was flown by this VFA. So let me give you a closer look. So this is the Tomcatters. As you can see here, we have a little bit of this pattern here. And of course, I cannot make it exact to what the Tomcatters are, because I did purchase this from Brickmania, and Brickmania gave you like a set type of stickers. And even in instructions, it's laid out to be more or less of either original, kind of based on a Top Gun F-14, or you get the Jolly Roger kind of version of it. So instead of opting for Jolly Roger version of it, I decided to go with the Felix the Cat, and this is basically the kind of stickers you work with. And of course, when I got to that version, I made slight updates to the nose section, because this is originally per instructions is actually black. So I made a couple adjustments. Again, just a couple tweaks, and yeah, just to get it to, and I'll show the image of it right now here actually, to what I think the Tomcatter's F-14 looks like, more or less. So I try to get it as close as possible to the actual VFA aircraft. But again, of course, you know, you work with what you got. And again, not much modifications were made, just a little bit here in the front of the nose. I did apply a little bit of a sticker just to get that little black color under the cockpit and get a little bit of the even shape. Let me give you a little bit of that angle here so you get this. All right. Let's continue just talking about the history itself. Again, as I mentioned, this was the last flight in 2006 by this VFA, which is the Tomcatters. And then throughout the years, it was used in the various conflicts and combat operations, and mainly by United States Navy. It was very successful throughout all these times in different missions. So to us, it's known as the only one that was shot down, and it was taken. It was basically down by the Soviet surface-to-air missile during Operation Desert Storm in 1991. There was actually one also that kind of shot itself down, which just sounds kind of weird, and it's kind of basically hit itself with a spare missile. There's actually an article on this if you want to read on this. It was testing the missiles, and it was just during this test facility flight, and this is one just kind of shut itself down during, again, weapons testing, and then the pilot evacuated or ejected, and it was completely fine. Another thing from historic perspective, also somehow the Iranians got a hold of them. I guess it was before they were like all the revolutionary and stuff. So they actually had a decent park of F-14s at some point. I think it was like in the 70s kind of range. And then they actually used this F-14 in the Iraq-Iran war, and it was quite successful aircraft. It had a lot of basically like the MiG and Soviet aircraft kills at the point. However, that the Iranians haven't really maintained it well, especially after the revolution. They didn't, I guess, they have the you know, equipment, proper equipment, that kind of stuff, and then obviously not proper weaponry. So few of those got shut down during that Iran-Iraq conflict. But overall, this aircraft has a really nice combat record. All right, let's talk about a little bit of the technical aspects of the aircraft, which are pretty nicely represented in this kit. As you can see here, in real life, and the kit actually also represents this really nicely. We have a two-person cockpit, and unfortunately, I did mess up a little bit. I only picked up one old Cold War Navy piloted by Brickmania, so this is right here. I can give you a little bit of a closer look into him. This is a really nice minifigure, but unfortunately, again, I only picked up one of them. And I also purchased another one, but now I had to get it from reseller. But that's totally fine. So hopefully I'll be able to get my F-14 complete with two Navy pilots. But anyways, yes, yeah, this is the cockpit. All the kind of the radars and that kind of stuff was usually in the front of the aircraft here. And it was obviously updated throughout the years, as this, again, was in service for, you know, over 30 years. Now what we have here, we have this 20 millimeter M261 Vulcan Gatling cannon. And then we also have some of the loadout. Again, I don't have all the loadout here, and I'm trying to show you right here a little bit, give you a closer look. And while holding the stand is actually quite nice. It holds pretty nicely. One of the biggest, I guess, the missile type of setups that F-14 had was the Phoenix missiles. They used to be one of like the most advanced at the time, just kind of weaponry systems. And unfortunately, I don't have one. And I could have, so the Brickmania would allow you to build with basically the instructions that they provide you with, the Phoenix missile setup as well, which I didn't do. So this is the kind of like the original version of the aircraft. So you do get basically two spare missiles on both sides. And you also get the Sidewinder right here. So you get one over here, one on this side as well. So yeah, this is the anti-aircraft missiles. And then again, this is just the Sidewinder. Kind of want to go over this a little bit, just kind of show you the loadout and a little bit of a technical aspect from this point of view. Now, the real cool other thing about this aircraft is that, again, in the model and real life, this has a variable geometry wings. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you how they look like on this model. And this is designed by Cody O'Sullivan. He did a really excellent job kind of reflecting this and giving you a little bit of this playability and getting those wings expand. So now what we got is here, we get the straight wings. And normally, like this, the purpose of those was shrink wings that, you know, you can operate the aircraft in low speed, so it's good for landing and takeoffs. And then, see, this is pretty much the angle you get, which is really cool. This is the fully expanded. You see how wide this aircraft gets? You do get a little bit of this, like the hook right here, to catch on the cables when you do the landing on the carriers. That's very nice, just kind of give you a little bit of nice attention to detail on this kit. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back into the kind of swept configuration of the wings. And I guess this is the furthest it goes. So kind of the point of the swept wings is basically making the aircraft more aerodynamic. So for the high kind of high speed flights. That way you can reach this Mach 2 requirement that Navy wants all the aircrafts to have. But unfortunately, when you fly kind of on the high speeds, the fuel consumption is a little bit high. So that's why this not all this that they want the aircraft to be super fast and flying at the high speeds. And then of course, then this kind of the swept wings also configurations saves a lot of space on the aircraft carriers. As you know, the space is very limited, so it's really nice for the storage. But let me go ahead and take this aircraft from the stand really quickly and just place it on the table so you can see how it looks like. Basically just without the stand. So stand is quite nice. Let me go ahead and flip it out so maybe you can see it right from the bottom side. And it's actually quite easy to take it off. Like it doesn't take a lot of force to get this out of from here. So this is what the stand looks like by itself. Go ahead and fix this sparrow really quickly and put it right on on a table. And as you can see, it's really nice. Maybe I can give it a better angle here too. It sits really nicely. And then the landing gear is really sturdy, so you actually can roll it around a little bit. So there's no problem at all. So this feels pretty nice and firm. Cody did a really good job on actually having the stand on its gears, landing gears nicely. This pretty much kind of covers all this, like the basic features. So let me go ahead and actually put it back on the stand with all the landing gear tucked up. All right, as you can see here, I finished putting the landing gear away. We see here right on the stand with the landing gear tucked in. Looks really nicely, really sharp. I mean, definitely really nice kit. Looks really good from different angles, but this is probably my favorite setup, is with the landing gear tucked in on the stand just the way it is now. I personally have a little bit of a kind of connection to this, is that I used to live near like old Grumman facility when they used to do this like a final assembly and testing for the F-14s back in the 70s and 80s. And this is in Calverton. And actually gonna put a little bit of a picture like somewhere around here of this like a national Calverton, I don't know, like a memorial. And there's actually a model, like the real thing, I don't say model, it's like I don't know, like a statue or something like that you see. I guess you see it in the Maverick movie, but that's probably somewhere from like California or something. But there's one, they are in different places, in different kind of aircraft museums and memorials. But then this one is in Calverton, New York. And I used to live there for a little bit, and it was really cool to drive on that road next to it, and you can see it while you're driving. Really nice sight, really something to kind of get you in your head and your memory. And then this is finally me just having this. It's definitely brings back all these good memories and make me just have this kind of same thing just in my house, you know, in my apartment, which is really cool. Just kind of want to bring this up a little bit to just kind of it's definitely something personal to me on this kit. But what can I say? Listen, this is an awesome Brickmania kit. I'm very thankful that Brickmania was able to release this kind of instructions. I do have a separate topic on this one I want to talk about, because I don't know how this is going to impact now their future kit sales, because this is awesome. I mean, you can literally buy and build, you can buy the instructions for $15, this is what I did, and you can build your own F-14 with the parts that you get from Bricklink for so much less, for so much cheaper. And this is amazing. And then the kits that they used to be retired, you know, no longer available to everyone, and they go for really crazy money in aftermarkets. Now you can get them for a really fair price and really good deals. And that's what I did here. So this over here cost me about, well, I mean, I paid $15 for the instructions. I get the sticker sheet, which was like $6 or €6 here in Europe. And of course, you're gonna buy the minifigures separately to kind of load out. Or you can have your own minifigures. It doesn't have to be the Brickmania pilots and stuff. And then this here, I bought it for $300 with all the shipping and everything included. Brand new Bricklink parts. And I will highly recommend getting the brand new Bricklink parts, is because when you get them, you get a nicer clutch and you don't get that much of a yellowing. So as you can see here, there's not much yellowing happening, and that's how I like it. This is pretty much all the brand new pieces. And when I was building it, I have no problems with clutch or anything like falling apart. So I highly recommend getting, just spend a little bit more, but get a brand new parts for those kits, especially the ones, you know, if you buy the instructions from Brickmania for. Overall, I think this is an awesome kit. I gave you a little bit of overview on this. I cannot recommend highly enough. I hope you enjoyed this video. Trying to make it not that long as I would normally do. But yeah, I mean, just definitely want to share this with you. Again, highly recommend. Just to kind of, my last words, probably probably, I don't know if something can beat it, probably my favorite Brickmania kit at this point. Just because how iconic this aircraft is, and how great and awesome job Cody did designing this airplane, and just having this in my collection is really super awesome. So probably at this point, one of my favorite kits, if not the favorite kit. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more cool videos to come. And yeah, have a great the rest of the week and the day. Bye for now.